It's going to be a good day today. It's Friday morning, and I'm meteorologist Johnny Lively here to do our Friday morning show and weekend forecast as well too. Let's dive into the show, which is sponsored by HB Neal Construction. Looking over here at radar, sponsored by Dana Simmons Real Estate, we can see some showers are really located offshore, approaching the Galveston area probably a little bit later this morning. But other than that, it is awfully quiet across the region of southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. We've got some high clouds that are starting to move into southeast Texas, made for a really nice sunrise earlier this morning. But again, you can see a lot of the scattered showers currently offshore, not much further inland. Here are the current temperatures. You can see along the I-10 corridor from Houston. I believe this is the Hobby Airport, is currently at 76 degrees. You get into Beaumont into the upper 60s to low 70s. Lake Charles at 71, Lafayette at 70. Down towards the coast, they are into the mid 70s. Galveston a little bit warmer at 80 degrees. And further to the north, you can see everybody really is into the almost mid 60s, but mid to upper 60s, I guess we could say. Here's our construction and outdoor forecast for today. Not really bad at all. This looks really good. Cannot complain. We should have majority of a dry day today. Temperatures will start out into the low 70s. By lunchtime, we get into the upper 80s, and then we eventually this afternoon get into the low 90s. Can have a passing shower. Not going to rule that out. Should just be 10 to 20% coverage, but other than that, looks really good. This also brings us to Friday night football. It is week 4, and we are super excited about the matchups that we have today. And our sponsor is thanks to Silsby Fleet Group. We're super excited to bring you this forecast for week 4 Friday night football. Should not be an issue. Just one lonely shower can be possible at kickoff. This should not mess up any of the games that we really have. Have some clouds moving in throughout the game period, but other than that, temperature should start off into the low to mid 80s. As we get into the fourth quarter, we will start sliding into the mid to upper 70s. So we are super excited for the matchups that we have this evening. And thank you once again for Silsby Fleet Group for that forecast. The atmospheric moisture that we're seeing, we have limited moisture really the next couple of days, but as we start getting into the end of the weekend, into early next week, start seeing that higher levels of green, little blue starting coming into our area as well too. So this is just showing us that rain chances definitely will start increasing once we get into the end of the weekend into parts of early next week. Because of the rain, because of the clouds, this will also help keep the temperatures down into the low 90s, start sneaking into the 80s. We actually have a cold front we'll be talking about coming in on next Wednesday as well too. But let's talk about the future cast for today and Saturday. Very limited on the rain coverage. It's going to be just isolated. We know we've got the showers really offshore currently right now, but later on this afternoon, getting into the evening, notice just a very lonely shower can be possible. So we're not going to rule out the chance for a shower, but this looks good for any outdoor sports, any outdoor activities. Construction looks really good. Overnight tonight, we've got the clouds moving in from the northwest, and that's really going to be the biggest thing that we see on Saturday. Again, limited coverage on Saturday, 10, possibly 20% coverage for some showers. But other than that, today and tomorrow is mostly dry. Temperature is going to be into the low 90s. Here's the high temperatures today across the board from southeast Texas into southwest Louisiana. This is thanks to a sponsor of Switch Electric. Majority of the region is going to be into the low 90s. Down towards the coast, you will be into the 80s. Further to the north, some areas like Livingston can get into the mid 90s, but we're really saying that low 90s seems to be the more reasonable thing. Overnight lows tonight, getting into Saturday morning, we're going to see mid to upper 60s the further north you go. Along the I-10 corridor, will be into the low to mid 70s. Down towards the coast, will be into the mid to upper 70s. Galveston at 80 degrees. Here is Tropical Storm Gabrielle. Yesterday didn't look like much. Today, we actually have some showers and thunderstorms. We're actually starting to see that this looks like a tropical storm. If we really look at the forecast here, we can see conditions are going to get a little bit favorable this weekend, especially into early next week. So Gabrielle has survived the dry air and the wind shear. We're starting to see this get a little bit better organized. Will be our second hurricane of the season as we get into Sunday into early next week. Look at the good news is that this completely curves away from the United States, and it also will be well east of Bermuda. Now, Bermuda could get some waves, towards their waves or their way, and we will continue to keep watching that. But other than that, this is not going to be an issue at all for anything. Here's the short term. You can see that it's kind of dealt with some of this dry air, but the next couple of days really thins out, really gets a window of opportunities to separate itself from the dry air. But it is going to continue to curve away from the United States, and we pretty much just wave goodbye to Gabrielle. So we can see here it is getting a little bit better organized, especially this weekend on Sunday into Monday of next week. This looks to be our second hurricane, and again, this is just going away. We can say adios amigo to Gabrielle. This is no issue at all. Here's our 7-day forecast for Southeast Texas. Rain chances start picking up once we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We have a front that's going to be moving in on Wednesday. This is not only just going to be just the cooler air, but the clouds that we'll have, the rain that we'll have, and then the cooler air that's coming in from the north. This will allow our temperatures to be mainly into the 80s. So are we getting closer to the 80-degree mark? Yes, we are. Every day is closer to those fall-like temperatures. Southwest Louisiana will be into the low 90s really the next couple of days. Rain cover starts picking up as we get into the end of the weekend, into early next week. And then here comes that front. We'll be watching on Wednesday, keeping our temperatures possibly into the mid-80s and then sneaking into the upper 80s. So thank you so much for watching our Friday morning show. We'll have more updates on Facebook. Don't forget our YouTube channel as well, too. Lucas will have our Friday evening forecast later on this evening. So thank y'all once again for tuning in to Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning.